On this episode of Pimp My Gun, we're going to be taking a look at the potentially scrapped wonder weapon, the X52 Resonator, which has 4 different variants depending on what attachment you have on it, starting with the default fully automatic, the 7-round burst variant, the shotgun variant, and the charge shot sniper rifle variant. And to get it to its maximum potential, we'll be using these augments and these gobble gums. Let's go test it out. This has to be the most unique weapon we've gotten in this game so far, and why not? The game's already towards the end of its life cycle, and I do believe that this was a scrapped wonder weapon, and I'm not the only one to believe that. I first saw this being speculated on by Stanley on Twitter, and his theory makes a lot of sense because all the different variants for this weapon are basically the same variants as the Ray Gun Mark II on Shattered Veil. So people are thinking that this could have been the unique wonder weapon for Shattered Veil, and it does definitely look very Dark Aether-like. This is like they took the DG2 or the Dissector, and then they just went ahead and tossed it in the Dark Aether and let it go wild. And right now I am using the default version of it, so we have no attachments on it. This is just how it is right out the box, and it starts out just fully automatic. I think we just call this the SMG variant, and it's pretty decent. It's all right. It starts out here before pack punch and before upgrades at 70 bullets in the, would you even call this a magazine? 70 bullets in the rock, and 192 in reserve. And the damage, it's pretty all right. It goes up to, ooh, I don't even know, 49 for crits, but it does shoot very, very fast, so it can make up for its low per bullet damage by just firing off every single bullet it has as fast as possible. And just to add to this being a really unique weapon, I have its special camo on here right now, and it fits the weapon extremely well. Like, I haven't seen a weapon with camos on it that feels like it was made just for the weapon in this game yet. Like, this actually just looks like a pack-a-punch camo. The weapon already glows on its own, so it adds that little effect to it, and it's just a nice vibrant color, and it fits the theme of the weapon as well. And we will be trying every single variant for this weapon, so if you're looking for a specific one, there will be timestamps down below. But this weapon really just reminds me of Vanguard back towards the end of that game's life cycle, where Sledgehammer just did not care and threw in a laser rifle into the game. It's you know, it was a World War II era game, and there's like, you know what, let's just have some fun here in the last season and throw in some crazy weapons, and this is really giving me that same feel. But even though this weapon is crazy in the looks and design, it is just like every other Black Ops 6 weapon, where it seems to have a problem with having ammo and running through it too quickly. Dennis, sorry about that, buddy. You're not safe from it. But this weapon has an insane fire rate, and it just absolutely bleeds through ammo so insanely quick that it almost makes it like difficult to use without putting yourself in like a bad situation. Like, it's pretty decent damage wise. We're doing 256 per bullet. You're shooting out 100 rounds in like less than 15 seconds, something like that. So we're putting out high damage, but it is gonna cost us because we are already out of ammo and we just pack a punch last round. But speaking of ammo, this now has 100 rounds in the rock and 400 in reserve. So not an insane amount of ammo to work with, considering this thing shoots faster than basically any weapon in the game, or at least it kind of looks like it. And that fire rate is only gonna get faster with a little bit of double tap, and we're just gonna burn through this ammo in an instant. Just look how fast we go through this mag right here. So we're starting with 100 bullets, and it's already gone instantly. Like, this thing absolutely rips, and I feel like if you got $1 million to spend on gobble gums that can just stack up on some free fires, it's gonna do pretty well for you. But I already got a hunch from me using it while leveling it up that it's not gonna be the most practical for trying to get to any particularly high round, because on round 13 we're running out of ammo pretty frequently. And even if we were to throw on some augments to help us get some ammo back, like the dead shot and double tap augments for ammo, there is just too many bullets flying out of this thing too fast for it to really make a difference. But some Vulture Aid might help out even just a little bit. We just need all the ammo drops we can get. But it is extremely satisfying to use when you got some ammo to shoot out of it. Oh, and there's our Afterlife camo. This has got to be one of the easiest weapons to get camos on as well. I was just using this, messing around, playing with E-Man, trying to get it leveled up. And we got basically all the way up to Opal without even thinking about it, because this is a special weapon. It's under the special weapon category and does not need headshots for its camos. So you can literally just spray things down and get all your base camos done without even like blinking. Ooh, a nice little epic Aether tool. Is Brain Rot in here anywhere? No, we got Shadow Rift though. But I think Deadware would probably be best for this abomination showing up here. And might get some of these zombies off our backs. Unless they want to drop me Brain Rot. But we can immediately take out the abomination's face. Already took out maybe even 2 of his faces. But his health is down to almost nothing. The only thing saving him is him keeping his mouth shut. The second that's open, he's gone. We can try it a little napalm. See what we're doing against this Mangler. But maybe we should actually grab like Elemental and some other perks to get this thing to its max potential. Maybe a self-revive would help too. I think there was one down on the ground, but it probably despawned by the time I need it. Oh no, it didn't. Let's go. Oh, an actual legendary Aether tool. Would you look at that? Still not doing insane damage. 619, a little 619. Rey Mysterio on him. Oh, I actually saw 900 in there. But again, just want to reiterate, it don't matter about the amount of damage per bullet we're doing, because we are sending out so many rounds per second. It's unfathomable. That might have been too big of a word for me. But let's go ahead and try to get this bad boy maxed out so we can see what it's like at its maximum damage with all of our perks. Now we got this bad boy fully maxed out. Pack-a-Punch 3 legendary tier. I'm going to go ahead and Aether Shroud and start messing this abomination up. You're so lucky you got brain rotted, buddy. He was going down so quick. We are absolutely shredding everything. Manglers don't matter. Zombies don't matter. Abomination, brain rotted. Only thing that matters is keeping our eye on that ammo count. It is not pretty. Abomination, are you finally unbrain rotted? Why don't you go ahead and open up that mouth for me? There you go. Immediately broken and dead. Gnarly. Now, I have no doubt that this thing can put up numbers against elite enemies, like bosses, things like that. But what I want to see is how this does against armor, specifically zombies having helmets, because the body shot damage is not too great, and that usually reflects how it's going to do against armor. But I also want to see if it's just going to not be usable against zombies at a certain round. I feel like high or like mid 30s is when it's going to like stop actually being able to kill zombies efficiently. But I also really want to see it with free fire going, because it really doesn't have any recoil at all. Like, I don't know if it's just its pack-a-punch ability or what, but this thing, laying down on the trigger, barely any recoil. It's barely even moving up after shooting 100 rounds. And I'm pretty sure recoil should max out after a certain point, but just hip firing with it, my bullets are going exactly where I'm aiming. And I don't think throwing free fire on would make that big of a difference recoil-wise. But if we take a look at the damage numbers, we are hitting about, I am seeing 2,400 damage for a headshot here. Ooh, I think I might have just saw 5,000 damage there. With our Vulnerabine augment and against something that's weak to it, elementally, I'm seeing like 8,000 to 10,000. And even like 3,000 damage for some random headshots here. The damage seems very inconsistent, and I don't think it's a range thing. And actually, I think that damage inconsistency I was talking about might just be from our double tap augment after hitting enemies multiple times. And we're definitely going to be hitting things more than once with this. So we're for sure getting the most bang for our buck with that double tap augment. Oh, another abomination. Instantly brain rotted. Come on. I gotta shoot something else before I start fighting them. I just want to see what the damage can do off rip. But our brain rot is too strong. Our guns shoot too fast. They're gonna kill me. All right, here we go. Please don't get brain rotted again. Immediately broke the face. Going for the next one. Broke that face. There you go, buddy. Night, night. Round 30. Abominations ain't no thing. Mimics ain't no thing. Zombies ain't no thing. Ammo ain't no thing. Because it literally don't exist with this gun. Ooh, I think we're starting to see armor really take into effect here. A lot more armored zombies spawning in. A lot more zombies with some helmets. Ooh, and they are surviving way longer than they should. Also eating up a lot more of our ammo that we already can't spare. But you know what? Let's go ahead and throw cryo on here, and maybe slowing them down a bit would help us hold on to our ammo for a little longer. Yeah, I'm going to switch to frenzied. That way we can get a little free stock option going on. Oh yeah. Once we hit into the 30s, this gun kind of falls off of a cliff. It hit this wall and it hit it hard. Armor is, it's kryptonite. We are barely even doing 100 damage. Well, that's a little bit of over exaggeration, or I guess under exaggeration. We're hitting under 1,000 on each like piece of armor, and it is taking a significant amount of shots to get a helmet broken on one armored zombie. We're having to buy ammo multiple times around to get through this. Oof. But this might be one of the best weapons with insta-kill. It's not really saying a whole lot, but having all this firepower at your disposal while it kills everything in one shot helps it out quite a bit. And since I think we're reaching the end of the line for this variant, I'm going to post up here in the bank and just see how long we can survive for. Oh, Abomination. Fancy seeing you here, a little frenzied on you. Let's go ahead and light them up. Only problem with actually coming into the bank is we're not going to have any ammo in about 20 seconds. So maybe we go ahead and monkey bomb. That'll help. And hit these guys with a Semtex. Any ammo for me? Oh, 4 bullets. Thank you. Very generous. Okay. Free fire time. No way you grab me while I was activating it, you bastard. But now we can just constantly shoot. And damn, things are not going down. Hello? I can't get out of here. We're stuck. We're done. That was underwhelming. Zombies, please. I was going to say get the hell out of my way, but I guess, you know, this is your place. Yeah, go ahead and no-clip through the door, buddy. Sweet animation, though. I haven't seen that one in a bit. But on to the next variant. For our next variant, we have the Spiked Barrage Shard, which actually gives this a 7-round burst. Yeah, 7 rounds. Not 3, not 2. It's shooting all 7 with each trigger pull. And the weird thing that I found about this so far is that it kind of buffers inputs. So if you're like clicking, you're shooting too fast and you go to do like a different like action, like throwing out a monkey bomb or, you know, using maybe even a mutant injection, by the time you're done doing that animation, your gun's just going to shoot again. Like it preloads that input when you go and use it. But when I did try out this 7-round burst, I thought it was pretty good. This is a really fun variation of the weapon, and it's an insane amount of shots to add into a burst. And just to make this weapon even weirder, if you look at the stats in the gunsmith, it actually does more damage to the neck than it does to the head. So a critical shot is actually going to be somewhat weaker than a shot to the neck. And I don't even know how you like would figure out how to shoot something in the neck in zombies, especially something like an amalgam or a mimic, an abomination. Even the zombies with the pumpkin heads, I really don't see that much of a difference when I'm shooting it towards, you know, where their neck would be. The highest amount of damage I'm seeing, no matter where I'm shooting, is 189 right now with no pack-a-punch and no upgrades. And as for this weapon's ammo, it starts with 70 rounds in the rock and 192 in reserve. Ooh, speed cola right off rip. That's what I'm talking about. And just to speed things up a bit, let's go ahead and use our double points and start making our way over to get this thing upgraded. And let's go ahead and pack-a-punch this bad boy. We're going up to 100 rounds in the rock and 400 in reserve. I think most of the weapons or the variants for this weapon get just about the same amount of ammo in reserve ammo, except for one of the variants. But now we're doing about 744 damage per shot, and that is 7 shots coming out every single time we pull the trigger. Unfortunately, with this pack-a-punch, we don't shoot any more than 4 rounds per trigger pull. I was really hoping that the burst fire on this would double, but still just 7 shots. Now, before we go ahead and grab double tap, this is the time in between bursts. There's a little bit of a pause. You know, it's not anything too crazy, but an increase, or I guess a decrease in time in between the bursts would significantly improve this weapon. Let's go ahead and see what it's like with double tap now, and then also grab some dead shot while we're at it. And now this is the time in between bursts. Way less time. And also, just in case you didn't know, you don't have to constantly keep hitting the trigger to keep the burst going. It's basically fully automatic. If you just hold down on your trigger, it'll just keep shooting. Oh, an abomination. Let's see what this is doing to you. Already got him pretty low. Took a face out in 1 burst, basically. And let's keep going at him. Brain rotted him, but he's basically already dead. Are you done being brain rotted? Go ahead and open up for me. There you go. Oh, you're so lucky I'm running out of ammo. Oh, jeez. Uh-oh. Bad spot to be in without a field upgrade. And we should probably try to get the next pack-a-punched here, but I've been trying to hold out to see if we get it for free. Now you can leave, Abomination. Bye-bye. Oh, and a pack crystal. That's definitely 100% fake. Ooh, an actual legendary aether tool. Let's go. I keep getting those before getting another pack crystal, or any pack crystal at all. I don't think I've gotten one this whole game. No way, no way. Why didn't it go off? There wasn't even a mimic there to stop my monkey bomb. They just did that to do it. Is that an actual pack crystal? Don't play with me, game. Let's go, finally. Got it to pack 3. And now that it's fully maxed out, how much damage are we doing? I saw 9,000 there. 9,602. Not bad, and it's only going to go up with our Deadshot augment. Or, excuse me, our double tap augment with multiple hits on the same enemy. And we're going to get a total of 7 of those hits if our entire burst lands. So we can get up to a quick little, I think it's 14,000 that I'm seeing on there. And I will take that all day. I think out of all of the different variations on this weapon, the burst might be either the best or the second best out of all of them. This one is really fun to use. It ain't too difficult to manage, and ammo actually isn't really even an issue with it. The amount of ammo that it goes through is not nearly as much as it does with the default version, because the 7-round burst, although that's a lot of shots at once, the little break in between helps you keep it like level, especially with the later rounds we get into, because we're gonna have constant mimics, constant manglers, constant abominations just dropping us ammo like crazy on top of Vulture. We barely need to buy any ammo with this compared to our last one. Oh, and there's an abomination. Let me try to make sure I get my brain rot to go off on somebody else before I start fighting it, because I want to see how fast we can take it down. That's Aether Shroud. Also, something I'm noticing with it is when I was talking about buffering inputs earlier, it also looks like you might not be able to use Aether Shroud while you still have a burst going on, or in between bursts if you have already like buffered an input. But during me just sitting there yapping, Abomination dead. Oh, another Abomination. We killed it so fast that it brought a friend. Why don't you go ahead and get out of here? A little insta-kill will help with that. Bye-bye. But now that we're reaching round 30, I am having to buy ammo every once in a while. Like, I'm still picking some up, and it's helping me out. But every once in a while, I'm having to make my way over to that ammo crate. Maybe if I was timing my shots a little bit better, you know, only taking a burst at a time, I could probably make the ammo last a bit longer, but that's boring. I just want to spam shots as much as I can, especially when they're all grouped up like this. And before we go ahead and use free fire and everything, I want to see what round that this starts to hit a wall. Because at round 33 here, the zombies are definitely getting up close and personal with me. But the armored zombies aren't making a big difference so far. And ammo hasn't really become an issue yet. We're still taking zombies out in a pretty reasonable amount of time, as long as we just keep it moving and use what we got for our resources. Oh, I might have been speaking too early. Let me out of here. Nice little dying wish. I think we've used all of them already. Awesome. Let me just get my quick revive back. And Abomination, you gotta go. Still shredding the Abomination, too. Half health. Instantly. And now dead. And another thing that I'm noticing here is that with the 7-round burst, they all land in pretty much the same spot. Why is it showing blood instead of the bullet holes? Whatever. Either way, you can see that every little tracer here is hitting relatively into the same area. And every zombie's cornering me into the same area. Now, I'm going to need you guys to be adults about what I'm going to say here, but the spread is pretty tight on this weapon. So if we're not going to get like a 14-round burst with Pack-a-Punch, at least it gets way more accurate after pack. And I just said that armor isn't really, or hasn't really been a big deal, but round 35 turns it up a notch. The manglers and armored zombies are just eating shots now. So this is as good as time as any to pop our frenzy fire or free fire, whatever the hell it's called, and just let it rip. The zombies are getting way too close to me. Super sprinters are absolutely no joke. Let's give it a little ADS. Keep it moving still. Not really a gun that we can camp with, it doesn't look like. But at least in the burst, we're still taking out zombie armor and then either getting them down to very low health or killing them with it. The 7-round burst is very useful in zombies. And it's actually still doing a decent job at slaying here. But we haven't hit a hard wall yet. It's definitely starting to get a little more difficult, but nothing this thing can't handle. Ooh, Abomination. Why don't you come here, buddy? Ooh, that's fat damage right there. Hitting up to 25,000. That's what we like to see. Now just open up one more time so we can get you out of here. Send you on your way. Oh, bad spot to be standing when Aether Shroud runs out. But we got him killed. Let's go. And is that Nebula? Yes, it is. Look at me. I can smell camos. I'm a bloodhound for him. We got another Abomination, too. Last one wasn't enough. Okay. It might have been a little bit of enough. We're getting slapped around. Now, despite me saying that this is maybe one of the better variations of this weapon, this is the most I've gone down with any of them as well. And there's another one. Add it to the list. All right, next variation. We are now onto the Orbed Eruption charge, which is the shotgun variant of this weapon. And it has a cool feature besides the reload thing constantly being on the screen. 15 rounds is the max amount that we have in our rock, and 192 is our reserve. But the feature I'm talking about here is that it is a shotgun variant, but with the pellets, they spread out evenly and shoot 5 of them in a row like that. But when you ADS, it actually goes a lot further and kind of works similarly to slugs. But like you can see over there, the pellets hit a lot closer together towards that wall. But the further and further you get back with your shots, the wider the spread is going to be. But this does have the hardest damage fall off at range out of any of the variants. So it's not as useful the further back you get. But if you want to take out more zombies that are standing, you know, side to side, I guess it's a better way to do it. And the damage seems pretty low to start here. Like we're only doing 55 damage, but you can see it pop up multiple times because that's 55 damage per pellet that's hitting here, or whatever this thing shoots out. And although we can't just hold down the trigger and constantly shoot, we can tap it pretty quickly. Like this might be one of the faster firing shotgun type weapons in the game. The Maelstrom might have it beat, but I think it's actually faster than the ASG. But let's go ahead and pack-a-punch this. We are going from 15 rounds in the rock to 100, which is a huge jump on top of our damage going up to 400 for a crit, and I think 100 for a body shot. Yeah, around 100, a little bit less than that for armor. But our fire rate stays about the same, if not slightly faster. And this thing is an absolute menace. What do you think about it, Mimic? Oh, he's loving it. Had to get a little bit of a closer taste. That don't make any fucking sense. Whoa, Dennis. Oh, shit. They got fentanyl in Liberty Falls. He's doing the fentanyl. I can't believe it got to Dennis, dude. Check your candy if you're trick-or-treating in these parts. Because Dennis is fucked. His head's even going through his hat. Oh, this is a sad sight. All right, well, fentanyl crisis aside, when this thing is pack-a-punch, it still keeps the same feature of aiming down sight, making it become more of a slug round. Not really having the slug damage, but the pellet tightness is there for sure. But I honestly prefer to just hip fire it because it seems very accurate hip firing. And honestly, with the damage fall off, it's not as visible after pack-a-punch. At least not on these early rounds. But let's go ahead and try out some double tap and dead shot, and then probably grab some stuff to help keep me alive. And now, how much damage are we doing? Was that 21,000 or 2,100? My dyslexia is messing with me. No, I think it's 2,100, but that's a pretty fat amount per pellet on this. And the Abomination face blew up in just one shot. Can you open back up for me, pal? There you go. Ooh. And he's dead. So simple, so easy. This is why I think this might be the best of the variants, if not one of the best. And yep, that is a fake pack crystal. Not getting me. Got my hopes up though. And unfortunately, even after pack-a-punch, you can't just hold down the trigger and let it rip. But if you just tap it fast enough, the fire rate is actually extremely fast. Double tap on top of it being pack-a-punch and just this weapon being as wild as it is. Kind of a nasty fire rate, and having 100 rounds in a shotgun type weapon with 400 in reserve, this has got to be one of the better weapons in the game. At least value-wise and ammo management-wise. Damage is still to be seen, but I think the damage has been pretty good so far. Is that an actual pack 3 crystal now? You're not messing with me this time? No way. Let's go, dude. We got all of our pack crystals in this game, and absolutely none in any of our others. All right, well, now that's pack 3. Abomination. Face gone. Second face gone. Little Aether Shroud. Open up. Come on. Let's go. There it is. All gone. Did not stand a chance. Now, if we could just get a legendary Aether tool, that would be nice. That's a legendary Aether tool, but is it real? Oh, it might be. It's taking a few shots. Monkey bomb with you. Skedaddle. Oh, wait, what? Did he spawn? But it must have been a mimic. We got screwed. I got my hopes up. Guess I'll just buy the legendary amount. And then a legendary Aether tool will drop for me immediately. Now, what's our max damage looking like? That was 3,800 from that distance. But up close, I think it's near 10,000 I just saw in one of them. Or they might have gotten hit by multiple pellets. So 3,000 to 5,000, depending on if we're hitting them multiple times, which ain't bad per pellet. Ooh, and we are dusting mimics. Because that entire time I was fighting abominations and mimics, I even have elemental pops. So our vulner beam wasn't even being activated. So now we should get a nice little boost of damage on them. And this thing kind of just shreds through groups of zombies like it's nothing. Ooh, and another abomination. Time to see what we can do with its full potential now. Immediately broke a face. Can we actually shoot all of his faces like this? It's gone. I guess we'll never know. I don't even know if it had its mouth open. But either way, it got cooked. Now you give me the legendary Aether tool. Thanks. This is just not fair. Abominations don't really even have a chance. Oh, shit. Neither do I. Neither do I. Neither do I. God damn. Every time I start to get cocky, start talking my shit, immediately get hit. But still killed the abomination. Now, I just want to see if we can do anything by using our frenzied guard here. Is it actually viable? Are we repairing our armor fast enough? A little bit, but for Haunted Havoc, Frenzy Guard has been very difficult to use, but this is, I mean, it kind of worked. We went from being cornered to getting out of it and getting our armor fully back up. Ooh, and I can definitely hear this hitting the armor. We are not doing nearly as much damage from range now. It's really starting to show its damage fall off at range. But we're kind of making it work with Frenzied for a second there. That got way too close. These guys do not play around. But it's still doing its thing. I should probably switch back to Aether Shroud before it's too late. Alright, I think we might be getting to the point where most weapons start to fall off. This is still doing a decent amount of damage, but we are taking a lot in return. Whew. Uh-oh. There goes our last dying wish. Life comes at you fast. But when a zombie don't got armor, I think this might still be like one-shotting, maybe even two-shotting them. Now let's go ahead and Aether Shroud. See what we can do against the abomination. Jeez, there's so many zombies in the way. Move. Already at half health and then brain rotted. Awesome. Mimics are still going down fast. Manglers are a different story. Ooh, at this point, we might just want to switch to napalm so we can deal with manglers a little bit better. Oh, and we're so low of health. Monkey bomb, go. Fuck. Can I even afford my perks back? Ooh, barely. Give me self-revive. Thank you. Okay, let's swap on over to napalm. Abomination, you ready for us yet? Are you still brain rotted? Nope, you're ready. Let's get you out of here. I'll send you on home. Still doing great against abominations and mimics. I think manglers are our biggest threat at the moment. And these super sprinters aren't very helpful either. And we're at the point where instead of just, you know, slightly training when we are getting overwhelmed, we have to constantly train. Damn, why is armor gotta ruin every weapon? I feel like this would be doing way better on a standard mode and not on Haunted Havoc. Because these guys are fucking cracked out of their minds on Haunted Havoc. But it's still pretty serviceable. Even at this little bit of range here. Kind of just wipe them all out. Oh, are we doing better against armor with napalm? Is napalm better for that? I always thought Shatter Blast was. Though Shatter Blast in this game is kind of butt. I can hear the armor slapping. We're spanking it around a little bit. And it's definitely taking longer to kill mimics now. I just really wish there was, like, I guess it would be kind of broken, but one ammo mod that was good against all enemy types. Or maybe that the mimics didn't spawn so often in this. Because napalm's usually the go-to for this map. But then it comes at the cost of mimics being able to get to us faster than usual. And honestly, this is a weapon that I don't think would benefit much from the Free Fire Gobblegum. Like, a lot of the weapons we've been dealing with, the different variants on this, have kind of needed ammo here and there. But I don't know if I've really even bought ammo so far this game. 100 rounds for a shotgun is kind of fat. Like, this is a good amount of ammo for a shotgun. We barely even have reloaded a whole lot. But now we get an insta-kill and just get to shred everything. You know what? I'll just try Shatter Blast. We'll see if that's better for armor. Because it says it is. We'll see if it's a liar. Ooh, but now we have an abomination without the vulnerable augment going off. But honestly, still doing great damage. Would definitely already be dead with a better ammo mod, but these guys only show up every other round. Or every like 3 rounds or something like that. Abomination is down. Right about... No. I think Shatter Blast might just suck balls with a little hint of taint. So a side of taint, if you will. So I'm not really seeing it do much for armor. Alright, well, so much for that. Light men time. We're just going to go down the list because this is still kind of working close to round 40. Oof. Maybe it was doing something against armor because I feel like it's putting up more of a fight. No way. I got downed by some crawlers blocking the path. What's wrong with you? Stand up. I'm back, I'm back, I'm back, I'm back. Run. Self-revive. Gimme. Get the rest of them. There we go. We're just barely in business. Okay, we're not in business. God damn. We might be slightly cooked here. We don't have that much money. That's where double points comes in. Come on, mutant injector. Bring me the cash. Round 40. Hanging on by a thread. Oh, and there goes our mutant injector. We do have an Aether Shroud, though. Let's use it. Can I get some perks back? All right, that'll have to do. Casimir, go. Oh, more Casimirs. Again. All right, Lightmen, also not the move. Shadow Rift time. This shit's not even going off. Shadow Rift's a scam. Oh, shit. I'm sorry, Shadow Rift. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Psych. No, I'm not. Shadow Rift, get the fuck out of here. Back to Napalm. Should never question you, Napalm. Another abomination. Can we actually take this fight? We're still doing good damage to him. Mango's going down. Oh. But he is a resilient bastard. I tell you what. Insta-kill clutch. Yeah, can't get to me now, can ya? Oh, shit. Yes, they can. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Let me out of the corner. I think this is it. Round 44 is a little nuts right now. Oh, no. Oh, come on. Keep it. Killed by a vermin? Bullshit, dude. Asshole. I guess on to our last variant. Now, last and maybe even least, we have the Charge Shot Sniper variant, the Stone Escalation Shard, or should I say Shart, because I honestly think this might be the worst out of the bunch. But it does have something crazy going for it, and that is an insane headshot multiplier. We're doing 567 damage with it. Just no upgrades at all. And just like our last one, pre-Pack-a-Punch, we still have the reload bug on the screen where it's going to tell us to reload constantly because it thinks we're almost out of ammo. But with a sniper, we're actually just stuck at 10 rounds on it. And it should be 10 rounds in the mag in 197 in reserve, right? 192, my mistake. But one of the main reasons why I say this is probably the worst out of all the variants, despite that huge headshot multiplier, is that it's not very viable because the fire rate on it is extremely slow. I guess it's like technically a little bit faster than some snipers, but the charge up time doesn't really get much faster with double tap. At least not that I saw when I was messing around with it a little bit earlier, but I'm willing to keep an open mind and give this another chance. What the No way. All right, now let's see what happens when we Pack-a-Punch this bad boy. We go to 14 in the rock and 400 reserve. So the reserve stays the same. The rock mag does not. But what kind of damage are we looking at now? This is blue in PAP 1. 2,976. That's a fat amount. It's just all about seeing if this thing is actually still going to be viable. Actually, a good way to see if this is any similar to a sniper. How many zombies can this collat at once? I only saw 2 right there. Could be an aim thing. Most likely an aim thing. It would be pretty disappointing if we can only collat 2 zombies at once. I mean, it is a special weapon. Maybe it's not supposed to be as powerful as a sniper for like multiplayer purposes, but this ain't multiplayer. We got an Aether Shroud though, because we're about to die. And of course, we actually get a PAP 1 crystal after I already Pack-a-Punch. Let's try again. That time it didn't even kill any of them. It just broke helmet. If this thing can't break armor already, we're in trouble. We still don't have like dead shot or nothing, but it's not looking good for this. All right, we'll try out that cladding later, but for now, let's go ahead and grab dead shot and see if the boosted armor damage helps us with helmets more. And maybe we'll actually be able to clad a little bit more. Looks like it's doing good damage now. We're doing 5,400 per shot, which is insane for only Pack-a-Punch 1. Ooh, but you really need to hit those crits. One of my shots just hit that mimic, and it was a body shot, and it barely did anything. Crits are, like, necessary for this weapon. Oh, and here comes an abomination. Let's grab double tap, see if that speeds up shots at all, and then a little stamina up, because we're probably going to be running for our life. Can we hit a shot on him? Nope. Mouth already closed. Hold on. How many kills was that? Only 2 crits? That's crazy. This thing can't collide at all. At most, maybe 3 zombies. I mean, I'll still keep my eye out, but it's not looking good for the whole colliding thing. Ooh, but we broke the Abomination's face instantly. This gun's got a good streak against Abominations so far. I keep wanting to call them amalgams. Ooh, another face gone. That was 8,000. But it's not even worth shooting at him until his mouth is open. The body damage is so little. That was 12. And he's sleep. Now let's try to get the rest of our perks and get this fully upgraded to see if it's actually worth using or if I find something out about it. And also with double tap, the fire rate's not all that much faster. Like this is as fast as it goes right here, which isn't terrible, but every time you're shooting and it's doing the little charge up, your movement is significantly impaired. All right, so it is only round 26, and I'm starting to struggle with this weapon already. Like the damage is still crazy. It's still an insane amount of headshot damage, but the fire rate is so slow that I'm getting myself in some awful positions where Mangler, Mimic's gonna corner me and just put me in a really bad spot and almost killed me. I think I've already bought 2 self-revives this game. Maybe even more than that. And I was thinking maybe I could change my double tap augment to be the one where you do more damage when you don't hit a crit. Like every non-crit does double the amount of damage. Oh, but then we're just taking away this thing's, you know, bread and butter, which is headshot damage. And I guess it would make it better for if I like miss any headshots or can't hit an elite's crit point. But even right there, you know, we just insta-killed that mimic, but the zombies are tanking it. If they have a helmet on, there's a good chance they survive, especially if they're getting hit with like a collat shot. Like I really feel like this gun is going to be very niche and only really used for like boss fights, because making it through the rounds, especially with a rampage inducer on, is very difficult to do. It's a whole lot of training, a whole lot of running around, and hoping that you find a cashmere or like a monkey bomb on the ground to keep you going. And I even had to open up one of the ropes over here that I usually don't open to keep the spawns like a little more basic, just to survive. And we have an abomination right here with an insta-kill going. It one-shots him with an insta-kill. It's actually insta-kill with this gun, no matter who the enemy is. But once that insta-kill's gone and a zombie's got a helmet on, they're surviving. But it can still one-shot mimics, which is crazy. Like you think the armor wouldn't do that much like damage negation. Like, it's kind of insane how much it like stops it. And as for Pack-a-Punch abilities, I didn't cover it when we first Pack-a-Punched it because honestly, I don't know if there is any besides the headshot multiplier. I just wish it would like see that there's armor on the head and then, you know, do damage to that first. That would be a cool Pack-a-Punch ability where it can just go right through helmets like they don't exist. But that's just not how it works, unfortunately. But we are doing like 28,000 damage, which is absolutely nuts. It's just, it shoots so slow and then it's so impractical for normal zombies that I would say this is the worst of all the variants, but it probably does have some very good like niche case uses where you can hit something in a crit point like a boss and deal absolutely massive damage, especially if it's weak to an element. And this is also another weapon where our free fire don't really benefit it too much. Like it just makes it so we don't have to reload it as often, which I guess is a positive. But either way, it's going to tell us to reload after shooting 1 bullet regardless, which is a little annoying because I do keep hitting my like reload key thinking that I need to reload when we're actually fine. And honestly, going to reload or needing to reload is probably more beneficial than having free fire on because of electric cherry. Like electric cherry could probably save me or buy me like a second of time to actually stay alive. Oh, maybe not. Oh shit. Oh, I'm not used to having that door open. That almost got me killed. So much for Dying Wish. You know what? Maybe to end this on a more positive note than the weapon kind of just being a little disappointing, let's try to exfil. 53,000 damage right there. 80,000 damage right there. Okay. Casimir, you come to me, Abomination. What's our just base body damage looking like, though? I accidentally hit a crit there with Death Perception. Looks like base body damage is like 1,500. That's insanely low. Speaking of low, we're about as low as we can go. Let's get the Mangler out of here. Doing no damage to his armor. There we go. Oh, we're running out of time to get these guys. Come on. Last one. Wait. Now last one. Whew. If only it just shot a little bit faster. Like if double tap actually had a good impact on the weapon, it would be absolutely busted. Or if it just collided. But I guess since it's a special weapon, it's got to be limited to a certain amount of enemies that can collide. Anyways, that's all the variants for the X52 Resonator. Honestly, it's a really fun weapon. I still really like the shotgun variant. I think that's the best one with the 7-round burst coming in second. But let me know which ones that you like the most, or if you think it should be buffed in some regards, or if you just think it's a fun weapon that you like to use in zombies, because I would definitely recommend using it. But that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you for watching. I truly appreciate your love and support, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.